Hi there, this is Dawn Clevisall with Stress Free Bookkeeping. I'm popping into my Facebook page today just to give you a little bit of an update on things that are going on with the business, and also to talk to you today about working when the kids are home from school. So, as you probably noticed, I'm rebranding a little bit just to be a little bit more in alignment with how I help people. So, I have taken the stress-free tax season, the tax season portion out of the business name because people were getting confused thinking that I do taxes. And what I do is I help you have a stress-free tax season because we're doing your books every month. So now, from now on, you should see stress-free bookkeeping. And this is the first episode of Stress-Free Bookkeeping TV. So here we are. One of the main things that I think a lot of parents that work from home struggle with is when the kids are home, that changing your entire plan, schedule, everything that you have going on is going to be totally different. But if you're anything like me, that's kind of a struggle because you want it to be the same. You have the schedule, and just the changes that happen with school just can throw everything off. And so instead of entirely not working, there's some things that you can do. And so the first thing that you can do is to set a schedule. So the importance of having a schedule is that it can give you the flexibility to have the kids around, to be more on a schedule that suits them. Or if you're in a climate or an area where you've been having to get up and it was dark when you had to get up all winter, and now summer's here and you don't have to get up early, you can kind of arrange your schedule so that you start later in the day, which is usually what I do. I give myself some time over the summer to recoup and not be up at 6 a.m. every morning. So having a schedule is something that can really help you to kind of relax into, okay, the kids are home and now we're on this is a different thing. And it's good for the kids too, because then, especially if you share your schedule with them, they know when you're going to be available to them. And that gives you time to work because they know, okay, right now mommy or daddy is not available, we'll do something else. If you have younger kids, it's a little bit different, but my youngest right now is 7, so they're on their iPads, they're playing together, they're doing things that they know that they can do and not bother me. Right now I think they're eating breakfast. So set a schedule for yourself. It'll save you a lot of time trying to figure out what you should be doing. The second thing is to ask for help. So it may not be something that you can do if you're in an area where you don't have family or friends around, but I've heard people say that they've even asked older kids in the neighborhood that are old enough to babysit just to watch the kids for an hour or two here and there. So even if you're not in a position where you have family that can take the kids off your hands, you can get that time just by hiring a babysitter just to play with them in a location where it can be quiet for you to work. I'm sure you already have some sort of office set up that you're using in the house. So it just gives you that flexibility, okay, they're taken care of. I don't need to think, wait, I haven't heard them in a while. I mean, it's nice when they're quiet, but it can also be, especially if you have younger ones, it can be like, oh no, what have they gotten into? So we don't have to worry about it. I've also had little kid heads bobbing into my videos before, because even when I tell them, hey, I'm videoing right now, I need you to stay out, they'll come in to check and see if I'm done. So if you can ask for help, that would be really helpful to you, even if it's just once a week so that you can do something. Or this week what I had is a message pop up from QuickBooks that I needed to get my certification done by the 31st. So that popped up, I think, on the 27th. So my mom was really great, and she took the kids for 4 hours on Tuesday, and I was able to get that class out of the way and get myself recertified. So definitely ask for help. And again, if it's not available from family and friends, kind of try to think outside the box. Think, what are some other ways? Oh, I had another friend who, she would go to the gym, and the gym that she had to have the daycare center, the kids would be in the daycare center, and she would go into the locker room, which had a seating area, and she would work from there for a little while she knew that the kids were taken care of. So try to think, what are some ways I can get that help? Maybe not something that you would normally think about. Third thing is to work in blocks of time. So working in blocks of time is great, not just for the summer, but it's great all the time, because what I mean by that is not only are you going to set time aside, you're going to set time to do just one task. And the beauty of that is that your brain's not going to have to try to switch to doing more than one thing, which gives you more focus. You're going to get more done. You're going to have more clarity, because that block of time that you've set aside is for that one task only. And it doesn't even have to be just like one client only. So for me, I have a bunch of different clients, but some of the work is really similar. So what I can do is I can log into QuickBooks and I can add expenses for one client. And then instead of jumping into adding their checks or adding deposits or whatever the next step is, I can actually just jump to the next client, add all their expenses. And it's just, your brain's already in the mode for that one task. So even though I'm switching clients, it's really not switching tasks all that much. I do have to, make sure that I'm coding them correctly for the client whose account I'm in, but it's really something that just saves your brain space, and you really need to be working efficiently when the kids are home. So work in blocks of time, and then also block your tasks if you can. The fourth thing is to make time for play. So what I usually do with the kids is I'll make 2 or 3 hours in the day where I'll say, okay, we're going to go to a park, we're going to go roller skating, we're going to go do something that's not us sitting around the house. It's not them sitting on the iPads. It's not them waiting for me to come out of the office kind of thing. They know that they have that dedicated time where we're going to go out, do something, even if we're just playing in the pool in the backyard. So we're doing something that's play, that's fun together. And then they know, okay, well, mommy's already taking care of me. We've already played. And then it does give me more time when we get back from whatever we've gone out to do. They seem to really not be as needy and mom the whole time. So there have been days when I just haven't been able to do anything like that. And oh my gosh, you really can tell the difference, because like I said, I'll hear them from the other room, mom. And sometimes it can be just as little as me taking my iPad. Sorry, I shook you guys. Taking my iPad, going into the other room, sitting on the couch next to them while they're playing. That gives them that feeling that at least I'm there with them. And that has also made a big difference. So even though it's not actually playing, they feel like, they want to show me something on their game, or they want to do something, that I'm there for them to do that. So definitely make time to play. And the last thing that I recommend is be flexible. You have to be flexible when you have kids. It's just no other way. They're going to need something. Mistakes are going to happen. They're going to, they make messes, and you're going to need to stop and be able to address things like that. So be flexible. In fact, yesterday I'd gotten ahead of my work, and with it being the first of the month, it's not as busy a time for me. And we just sat on the couch, all of us in our pajamas, and watched movies for an hour. Then we watched some Shark Week episode that we had recorded. So I had the flexibility in my schedule that I knew that the things I needed to get done, I could move that block of time to a different block of the day, and then we could just kind of hang out and go with how everyone was feeling for the day, which was really funny because it was the first day that it had really been cool in the last few days. And so everyone just wanted to sit around and kind of hang out. So that was really fun. So I hope that these tips have helped you. It's something that I've learned along the way. This is actually our 11th year in business this month. I'm going to have some things coming up, a little bit of a coaching program and some other online training for you guys, but that will be announced in a couple weeks. I believe it's the 27th or the 23rd. That is our 11-year mark. So I'm looking into that so that we can do a little bit of fun things around that time frame. If you're not in my Facebook group, please join. We help each other in that group. If you have questions, we'll answer them for you. One of my biggest things that drives me crazy as a business owner is when I need to do something, but in order to do it, I have to learn this whole new thing. So I know that bookkeeping can be that way for people where it's foreign to you. You don't know what's going on. So the group that we had, that's what that group is for. The group is for you to come over, get your quick answer, get back to doing what you need to do. So, and that is Stress-Free Bookkeeping Social Group. So you can, if you go to groups in Facebook, you can just search for that. So I hope that your summer is going well. We're a little bit over halfway here. I did see some of my Arizona friends are already starting school, so they're on a little bit different time schedule. But I thought since in our area we are another month or so away, that I would pop in and let you guys know how I handle things, so that maybe you can be able to mitigate the stresses that can come with the kids being home from summer a little bit. So have a great day.